Whatever their problems, though, both Charles and Diana were fiercely determined that their children should grow up feeling loved and secure. And while Harry might have been entering a fractured household, the glue that still bound Charles and Diana together was based on a deep love and shared outlook for their sons. Neither had enjoyed the most demonstrative and happy of childhoods, and, determined to raise their sons differently, they established a new template of royal parenting. Charles had often been upset at how little he saw his mother as a child, and was scarred by memories of how detached and formal their relationship had been. He had typically seen her for half an hour in the morning, and again before dinner, and he later told his biographer Jonathan Dimbleby how once, on returning from a month-long tour of the Commonwealth, his mother had greeted him with a formal handshake. He had not enjoyed a close relationship with his father, whom he referred to in Dimbleby's book, The Prince of Wales, a biography, as overbearing. Diana had an unequivocally unhappy childhood. Her parents' marriage had broken down when she was 6 years old, her mother Frances abandoning the family home for her lover, Peter Shand Kidd. She remembered her parents fighting about the fact she was their third daughter, and not the male heir her father so desperately desired, and even after her younger brother Charles was born, she carried the guilt of not being what her parents had wanted. When her mother left, the weight of rejection became even heavier and harder to bear, and she spent much of her childhood battling feelings of being unloved and unlovable. Resolute to her core that her children would not experience the crushing feelings of rejection that still caused her so much anguish, she later told Andrew Morton in Diana, Her True Story, "I want to bring them up with security, not to anticipate things because they will be disappointed. I hug my children to death and get into bed with them at night. I feed them love and affection. It's so important." And while Charles was less overtly expressive, it became clear he agreed with his wife that their children should know they were loved. "He just loves the whole nursery thing," Diana said. When Harry was born, Charles made a special effort, as he had with William, to be around for bath time, taking his turn to bottle feed both his sons after Diana had stopped breastfeeding them. And so it was that despite his parents' profound unhappiness and difficulties, Harry was raised in a household that provided him and his brother with love and stability. Quite apart from his parents, there was the army of nannies, protection officers and staff who also gave Harry unconditional security and love as he grew accustomed to the world into which he had been born. Diana delighted in the way William reacted to Harry's arrival on the scene, writing to Cyril Dickman, a steward at Kensington Palace. "William adores his little brother, swamping his brother with an endless supply of hugs and kisses, hardly letting the parents near. And mostly, William was unselfishly accepting of his baby brother, sharing his toys with Harry, who especially liked William's red racing car and green and white Kiss Me frog. Harry was a good-natured toddler who, according to Charles, sleeps marvelously and eats well. And while 2-year-old William was a bit of a handful, known for a time as Basher Wills, Harry was, as testified to by his father, the one with the gentle nature. An early walker, Harry was pretty soon up and about, wobbling around on his little legs, exploring everything he could. He took his first royal walkabout at 18 months at Aberdeen Airport as he arrived en route to Balmoral with his mother and brother. Coming off the plane in Diana's arms, he toddled off as soon as they reached the tarmac, where he made a beeline for the waiting press, much to their surprise and delight. In the same year, he participated in his first royal overseas engagement when his parents took him and William on their tour to Italy, another of the royal couple's departure from protocol, and further evidence of their desire to keep their children close. Initially, Harry was a quieter toddler than William had been. He was cautious and let his brother lead the way. He was, as is common for second children, but maybe more so when your brother is going to be king, in William's shadow, and took his place